Hi, my name is Doug Wells, and today we're going to be going over absolute dating. I'm going to be referencing a PowerPoint created by Holt McDougall. How can the absolute age of rock be determined? Determining the actual age of an event or object in years is called absolute dating. Scientists often use radioactive isotopes to find the absolute age of rocks and other materials. Atoms of the same element that have a different number of neutrons are called isotopes. Radioactive isotopes are isotopes that are unstable and break down into other isotopes by a process called radioactive decay. The radioactive isotope is called the parent isotope, and the stable isotope formed by its breakdown is called the daughter isotope. Half-life is the time needed for half of a sample of a radioactive element to undergo radioactive decay and form daughter isotopes. After one half-life has passed, one half of the parent isotope has changed into daughter isotopes, as you can see in the example down below. Scientists study the amount of parent and daughter isotopes to date samples. Finding the absolute age of a sample by determining the relative percentages of a radioactive parent isotope and a stable daughter isotope is called radiometric dating. Igneous rocks are the best types of rock samples to use for radiometric dating. When igneous rocks form, minerals in them often contain only a parent isotope and none of the daughter isotope. This makes the isotope percentages easier to interpret and helps dating to be more accurate. Time for a change. What are some radiometric dating methods? Scientists use many different isotopes for radiometric dating. The type of isotope used depends on the type of material being dated. The half-life of the isotope used is also very important. It can't be too short or too long compared to the age of the sample. Radiocarbon dating is a method used for dating wood, bones, shells, and other organic remains. All living things have a constant ratio of radioactive carbon-14 to carbon-12. Once a plant or an animal dies, no more carbon is taken in. The ratio between the isotopes changes because carbon-14 undergoes radioactive decay. The half-life of carbon-14 is 5,730 years. The number of half-lives of carbon-14 that have passed gives the absolute age. Radiocarbon dating can be used to date organic matter only. This method is used to date things that lived in the last 45,000 years. Potassium-argon dating is often used to date igneous volcanic rocks that are 100,000 years to billions of years old. Uranium-lead dating is based on measuring the amount of the lead-206 daughter isotope in a sample. Uranium-lead dating can be used to determine the age of igneous rocks that are between 100 million years and a few billion years old. How is radiometric dating used to determine the age of the Earth? Radiometric dating can be used to find the age of Earth, but there are no Earth rocks which can be directly studied that are as old as our planet. Meteorites are small, rocky bodies that have fallen from space to Earth's surface. They are the same age as the solar system, including Earth. The absolute age of meteorites and other rocks in the solar system is about 4.6 billion years. Showing your age. Sedimentary rocks, layers, and the fossils within them cannot be dated directly, but igneous rock layers on either side of a fossil can be dated radiometrically. Once the older and younger rock layers are dated, scientists can assign an absolute age range to the sedimentary rock layer containing the fossils. How can fossils help to determine the age of sedimentary rock? Index fossils are used to Index fossils are fossils used to estimate the absolute age of the rock layers in which they are found. Once the absolute age of an index fossil is known, it can be used to determine the age of rock layers containing the same fossil anywhere on Earth. To be an index fossil, the organism from which it formed must have lived during a relatively short geological time span. Index fossils must be relatively common and must be found over a large area. Index fossils must also have features that make them different from other fossils. Index fossils act as markers for the time that the organisms were alive on Earth. Index fossils can also be used to date rocks in separate areas. The appearance of the same index fossil in a rock of different areas shows that the rock layers formed at about the same time. So that basically goes over absolute dating, and I hope that I was able to give you some information that you might not have known before. Thank you so much, and have a great night.